Seth Brown with HVAC Marketing Experts here. This video is for my HVAC owners out there, and I just wanted to make this video to basically go over what happens in our business and what goes into a digital marketing campaign for our clients. You may or may not have similar experiences as us with other agencies. Hopefully this will shed some light into what our process looks like if you are considering working with us or prior to getting on a call with us. And also just to, weigh out the different aspects that other agencies have. So I'm going to be going over in this very short, quick video today, our campaign setup process, the timelines for our website creation, SEO, PPC setups, as well as important and required information for us to launch and optimize the campaign. Firstly, the initial information following a signature and a contract signing on our end, on your end, we send you immediately an onboarding survey, which is an example over to the right here, which is essentially a generalized questionnaire that we ask to get a better understanding of where you're at and what specifics we need to include in your campaign prior to us getting on a launch call, which is essentially a more in-depth call where we go over a little bit more information just in the way of your unique offers that you have that you'd like us to include, as well as specifics for accesses and logins. Resource and access is necessary for SEO campaign. This is also extremely important because we can't launch or migrate a website without knowing the accesses of your hosting and cPanel prior. We also need Google Suite information such as the Search Console, Google Search Console, Google Analytics access, as well as GMB Manager or Owner access. One thing we like to tell our clients is if you don't have these set up, we're happy to set these up for you. It's not a big deal at all, but in a lot of cases, if you have a business that's been around for a while, you will have made these at some point. And the more data that we have through these different accounts, the better our campaign will be right off the bat. Social media accounts, same goes. If you don't want to give us direct access to your accounts, we also can create these for you. Logos and branded images. This is extremely important because in order for us to create the best website and web presence possible, to synergize those around all the different places on the internet where you're going to be found, we need all those specific branded images, including team photos of your technicians, of the work that you've done. Any previous testimonial videos are extremely important, etc., etc. Call tracking numbers. Not every business has this, but they are extremely beneficial. And we like to tell our clients we can set up as many of these as you need. For instance, we have different tracking numbers that go into place for your PPC campaigns, as well as Google My Business, as well as your different websites, and as well as your website. And what we do with these tracking numbers is not only use them to essentially track how many calls came through the website, but also for your sake of appointment setting and just improving your overall sales process. These calls will give you, this tracking number will give you a very good idea of where you're currently at and how to optimize your appointment setting and sales process. With that being said, we're moving on to our final timelines. Essentially, it takes us on average with a brand new website between 4 to 12 weeks, which is 1 to 3 months to get a website complete, bare bones, nothing. Get a template organized and then bounce ideas off of you until we complete it. For our SEO, and I included just these 3 main services because everything else can be started immediately. Our SEO takes, because SEO is essentially a dual process. You have the on-page SEO, which is done when we build your website. I reiterate this to you. So with our SEO, we essentially have our on-page SEO and our off-page SEO. Our on-page SEO is done when we build the website, and that is why we have it same as website here. Our Google My Business SEO will take up to a week just based on the fact that we need access first. That can take up to a week at some points, as well as our PPC campaigns. The way we're building out our PPC campaigns, which for those of you who don't know what PPC is Google's pay per click. We actually set up your website. We build in internal funnels within your your domain within your website itself. And then we utilize the traffic that we're paying for through Google to push it to your website, which overall increases your SEO as well as increases your conversion rate. So with all that being said, I hope this was an insightful video. If you haven't seen this or know what our process is yet, and I hope I was able to answer some questions for you. If you do have any questions, please ask them in the comments below, or send me an email at Seth@HVAC Marketing Experts without an E on for Xperts.com. Thanks a lot.